This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
And thanks for joining us here at 7 o'clock. I'm Mark Mullins, joining you from home as part of our continued commitment to social distancing.
And I'm Amanda Starrentino. Governor Holcomb says efforts to slow the spread of coronavirus across the state are having an impact, but the number of COVID-19 cases continues to rise. The State Department of Health is now reporting 387 deaths and more than 8,500 positive cases in the state. 46% of hospital ICU beds are available as of tonight across the state, and 75% of the state's ventilators are available.
Senator Todd Young joined state leaders for today's coronavirus briefing. Young says the May 1st reopening date that President Trump and the White House are pushing for is an aspirational goal.
He's trying to maintain hope among the American people during this difficult time. And in the end, he's demonstrated that he will listen to the public health experts, and that will inform his policy response.
During tonight's coronavirus briefing from the White House, President Trump says he's going to talk to governors individually to authorize the reopening of individual states. Governor Holcomb says next week or so will determine whether Indiana can start slowly easing up on restrictions that have been in place. Now for your Storm Team 6 forecast, here's Kevin with a first look.
And Mark, the sun about ready to set on what has been our coldest April day so far. We started at 30 degrees this morning. Temperature currently at 44. We were 1 degree warmer than that during the afternoon. Chicago's at 39. Temperatures will be just as cold, if not colder, tomorrow morning. Pick your spot in central Indiana. It was windy again today. This is Frankfort, Clinton County, 38-mile-per-hour gusts across central Indiana. The wind is going to calm down this evening, and many of the clouds that you see will begin to fade away. Look at this, little spotty areas, try to make a new word there, moving west to east of snow showers from around South Bend and across Lake Michigan into lower Michigan. Our chance for some snow tomorrow goes up. The wind will come down tonight and set the stage for temperatures tomorrow morning in the upper 20s to around 30 degrees. We'll talk about snow chances for tomorrow and again to end the work week. We'll do that in more detail shortly.
And there are more positive signs. The curve of the COVID-19 pandemic is flattening in some parts of the country, but the threat of the spread and the pressure on hospitals is still an issue. Millions are trying to get tested for the virus, while others are now taking a new test to see if they've been exposed. ABC's Trevor Ault has the latest from New York.
After nearly a month in a New York City hospital, Janet Mendez is finally headed home, one of more than 40,000 Americans who have recovered from COVID-19.
This is a triumph. A really sick woman who was mortally ill, on the ventilator for 10 days, now off the ventilator, completely recovered and going home to her family.
New York, one of several areas that appear to have flattened the curve of the virus, though healthcare workers still say they're being inundated with patients.
So the volume is still high, and that's why the hospitals are still working very hard.
This as still so many Americans are struggling to get tested. In New Jersey, 29-year-old Kayla Codina showed up to her site at 3 a.m. to get a test. She took this photo of herself trying to sleep.
They only have 500 tests available at the site, and they make that very well known that they only have that. So if you don't make it within those 500, you don't get tested.
With millions of Americans hoping to get tested to see if they're currently sick, focus is also now shifting to what might help get Americans back to work: antibody tests. Antibodies are proteins in the blood that can show whether someone's been exposed to the virus. Some of the first tested, firefighters in Southern California.
So your golden ticket, as it were, is you're not sick. You've had no symptoms at least for, say, 2 to 3 weeks. You get a serology test and you have positive IgG antibodies, you can go back to work.
Michigan's Beaumont Health System is now launching the largest antibody study in the country, offering blood tests to its 38,000 employees, many of whom have been treating COVID-19 patients.
The stress that the people who are on the front line are undergoing, I mean, they're putting their lives at risk every day to care for these patients, and I want to say every one of them are heroes.
Overnight, the World Health Organization acknowledged patients who have recovered from COVID-19 and have the antibodies are immune to catching the virus a second time. Trevor Ault, ABC News, New York.
RTV6 is partnering with the United Way to get the word about help available to families through the COVID-19 Community Economic Relief Fund. Money has been dispersed across central Indiana to provide child care to essential workers. RTV6's Stephanie Wade shows you how families are being taken care of right now.
This COVID Economic Relief Fund identified childcare for first responders and essential workers as one of its top priorities, making sure people who are providing necessary services to the community, including grocery store workers, can continue.
We know that this is just an incredibly challenging time for families and for those that need the service. We're really glad to be able to take care of their children and provide a place for them.
Early Learning Indiana started providing daycare to essential workers a few weeks ago, now watching dozens of children.
We have about 20 of those emergency responders and then another close to 100 in healthcare.
Early Learning, along with AYS at Your School and the YMCA, are all supported childcare programs through this funding.
There is no time like the present to make sure that your child is still learning as well, and whether they're at home with you or in one of our centers or one of our child care partners, know that there is no time to waste, and we can always be doing things even through this time.
To give families a peace of mind, they're taking many safety precautions.
We are doing temperature checks and other health screenings of every child on their way into our centers. We are doing pickup and drop off outside the doors of our centers so that families aren't going in.
And deep cleaning overnight to keep your family safe while you do the same for us. Working for you, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
The CSURF funding also assists with food relief, care for senior citizens, resources for mental health, and support for minority populations, including immigrants, refugees, and people of color. We will attach a link to all of those resources for you at our website, theindychannel.com. And you can donate to COVID-19 Community Economic Relief Fund as well. To do so, text HELP 2020 to 91999. Again, that's HELP 2020. Text that to 91999.
RTV6's Hiring Hoosiers initiative is showing you how coronavirus is impacting Indiana's workforce and changing the way certain industries are preparing workers. With hundreds more COVID-19 cases being confirmed in Indiana, hospitals need more people on the front lines. And tonight, how a new program is preparing nurses for critical care and helping them advance their career along the way. Brenda Christian is used to working with young patients at the Payne Manning Surgery Center at Ascension St. Vincent. This pediatric nurse is now on the front lines, treating the hospital's most critically ill COVID-19 patients.
We just need the people who want to come and do it. We just need people who can maybe step outside their comfort zone a little bit and realize that they're going to be okay, and it's a good opportunity to help other people to be okay.
This experienced pediatric nurse is one of nearly 200 Indiana nurses who have taken part in a new training program Ascension St. Vincent created in light of the coronavirus pandemic.
The critical care training program was that we wanted to increase the available nurses that we had out there that were not performing roles that they had done previously. There really was a large amount of nurses that were kind of displaced since we've changed things, that we could draw from.
The 2-day program teaches Ascension St. Vincent nurses the skills needed to treat the priority patients coming through their doors.
We really need nurses to step up into these roles because there's such a lack of knowledge on somebody's part. If you haven't had the class, you really don't know how to come and help in this area. Our setting is so different. Our charting is different. Our focus is different.
The benefits of the program are twofold, allowing nurses who may not be able to work a full schedule to continue working full-time and to learn new skills to grow their career.
It's a great opportunity just to see what else is out there. And really, I think there's a lot of opportunities in the future going forward for those nurses that have learned new skills who might decide that they want to try something new.
Plus, for nurses like Brenda, with a heart and passion to help others, it's a call to action.
I think it's really important for me to do it because as a nurse, you want to show all the other nurses that you work with that this is okay and we are going to get through this. And as a mother and even a daughter and a friend, I want to show my family and friends that this is what we do. This is how nurses help, and it's very empowering to do it, and it feels good.
And the class is taught by 4 critical care educators, all of whom have experience as critical care RNs. The cross-training nurses have come from all over Central Indiana and are available to work in critical care across the state's Ascension St. Vincent hospitals. Mental health and self-care are important during this stressful time, especially for essential workers. How a Central Indiana yoga studio is helping those people find inner peace.
But first, if your idea of stress relief includes snuggles from a furry friend, Indy Humane has a message for you about opening up your home during the coronavirus pandemic. While many of us are safe at home right now, there are still plenty of pets that are looking for a safe place that they can call home as well. RTV6's Kelsey Anderson shows you why now is the good time to bring a new furry family member into your life.
Well, I know from experience that training a new pet is no easy feat. And with all of us being home all day long, this gives new pet owners a chance to really hone in on that training. Due to COVID-19, a lot of shelters are closed to the public, but animal welfare is still the top of mind. So in accordance with the CDC guidelines, Indy Humane is doing one-on-one adoptions by appointment. Indy Humane CEO David Horth wants people to know they can adopt, not shop, because Indy Humane is open for business.
Just in a different way. We're still intaking animals, we're still adopting animals, we're fostering animals. We are considered an essential business at this time, and we're doing everything that we can possibly do to serve the cause of animal welfare.
In a normal 2-week period, Indy Humane adopts out nearly 150 animals, and right now, Horst says they're averaging about half that. Horst says if you aren't able to adopt right now, you can consider fostering or making a monetary donation. If you are interested in adopting a new 4-legged family member, contact your local animal shelter or visit indyhumane.org. Working for you, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Okay, I can't hide this from you, so here's the big reveal. Rain and some snow in the forecast, not once, but twice. Details straight ahead.
This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
An Indianapolis yoga studio has adapted to social distancing by providing a full daily schedule of Zoom classes for its members. And they're giving back by offering those classes and some much needed stress relief for free to essential workers. Through breath.
But taking a moment here to clear the mind, to close the eyes.
And peace of mind.
And just remember, at all times we're breathing, but this moment that we're taking together is to recognize the breath.
Making time for yourself on your yoga mat can bring some light in a dark time. Many indie yogis have kept practicing while social distancing to get some relief from the uncertainty of our current reality. But a moment of self-care is not always a priority for those working to keep others safe from the COVID-19 pandemic. Invoke Yoga Studio wants to make that a more viable option.
We're offering 30 days of unlimited classes via Zoom to anyone who's out working on the front line. So that includes doctors, nurses, mental health specialists, grocers, postal carriers, delivery drivers. So anyone who's out and about working to take care of our essential needs.
It's a gift from a company that has called Indy home for 15 years to serve its neighbors who are taking care of everyone else right now.
The people who are out and about working right now are making a sacrifice, and we're hoping that this is something small that we can do that will offer them a bit of peace in what is a stressful and scary time.
So whether it be a downward dog, a tree pose, or just some Shavasana meditation, it's a free opportunity for those risking their health for their fellow Hoosiers. It's a few moments to focus on them.
Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, eternal peace. Namaste.
And if you are an essential worker or you know someone who could use the free classes right now, you can learn how to give the gift of yoga on our website at theindychannel.com. And over to you, Mark and Kevin. Looks like we're going to be talking about these cool temps.
Yeah, Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory working from his home studio tonight. And Kevin, you had a perk, a little bit of banana bread there.
And I haven't eaten any banana bread yet. Worse than that, I've been smelling it. No. I'll try and get Rory Gregory down here at the end of the newscast, see if we can pull her away from the kitchen where the banana bread's hanging out. Temperatures, low 40s. That's right now. We'll be in the 20s again tomorrow morning. That's really the story, and it also sets the stage for some April snow. Not just tomorrow, mixing with rain, but on Friday as well. Temperatures range from 41 in Gary to 48 in Evansville. You're saying this is April? Question mark, maybe even an exclamation point in there. Yes, it is. Temperatures 20 degrees below average at least. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're still stuck in the 40s. We make a move over the weekend. It's Sunday that will feel so much better. You'll dress differently. You'll be outside and more excited. Temperatures in the 20s, though, tonight. Snow possible tomorrow, mixing with rain. We could have some minor accumulation on the grass. Then snow potential again, and potential for accumulating snow as we get to Friday, especially from Indianapolis north. There, the cloud cover you can see on our Weather Now camera. It's a north view. As you look north of Indy, they've had some snow showers well north, northern Indiana into lower Michigan. 7 a.m. tomorrow, Lafayette, Kokomo, Peru. Some very light snow showers. That's dropping south and east through mid-morning. By 1 o'clock in the afternoon, there's your rain-snow mix. Temperatures well above freezing. That means it's melting on contact with roadways, but against some mulch areas, you may notice some minor accumulation. Turns windy, or stays windy, I should say, because it was windy again today, and the wind gusts close to 30 tomorrow will make it feel much cooler than the 40s, mid-40s, most areas. A little cooler in the northern portion of the state, where I think the precip settles in earlier in the day. Thursday, temperatures middle to upper 40s. By the time we get to Thursday night, there's some rain and snow. Snow north of Indy, rain to the south. We take this to 11 o'clock. You can see ongoing snow, and then into the morning hours on Friday. Some accumulation possible, as temperatures will be in the low to mid 30s. As you look at the 7-day planner, temperatures over the weekend start to turn a little bit. 54 Saturday, temperature most appealing there, probably Sunday and Monday. Those are 2 out of the 7 days where at least the temperature will reach the 60s. Always something to look forward to within the next week or so.
All right, we'll keep our eyes on the prize. Thank you, Kevin, for that. We appreciate it. Some of Indiana's smaller communities have never seemed so big and empty. Photojournalist Brad Forrestal learned if you know where to look, there are still signs of life and hope.
CERF.org.
And Rory Gregory is convinced if she joins me, she can see you at home and perhaps your cat or dog, so that's why she wants to make an appearance. Can you see anyone, Rory? To you, Amanda.
Rory looks great. Thanks for making RTV6 your choice for news. We'll see you again for the news at 11.